Oh hey, welcome back to Pokemon Legends Arceus. You could just call me Stent. Last time, well, aside from me forgetting to actually put the right links into remote streams and such, I don't know what's happening to me. I'm getting all the blame for things I didn't do. Can somebody tell me just what I did wrong? I'm all alone and just so confused. Nobody will just tell me what they want me to be. I only know just how to be me. Once I was the hero of the hour, and now they think I'm a coward, an absolute zero. I'm nobody's hero. Anyways, aside from that, now we're basically just, not now. Yeah, you can tell I've definitely been away for a while. I haven't even had the time to actually install the updates, which I will do once this is over. For now, though, we're still stuck in here with this clown. I'll have to go and make some sort of red chain. On our own. Oh. Hello, hello, it's an Abra. Where did you teleport from, little fellow? And it's got a letter addressed to you. Take a closer look at the letter. This is it may just be me reminiscing about these sorts of things again, but Abra here just really reminds me a lot of Mountain Battle in Pokemon Coliseum, how you could just... At the end of every 10 floors, there was a rest stop with an Abra in case you wanted to go back to the very start. To an extent, you may use my Pokemon as a go-between to access the past years in Jubilife Village. I've also ensured you'll be able to utilize our base camps without issue. I have every confidence in your ability to Adept Cervicore as an Adept Cervicore member to bring this bizarre situation under control promptly. Sincerely, Silene. Ah, so she does care. Cervicore Captain, Galaxy Expedition Team. So it's nice to see that somebody still cares. Good tidings from the letter, then? That's for me to know. For all I know, it could be a bell. Now then, so to visit Free Lakes? It doesn't sound like an easy task, that's for sure. I mean, I don't know, it just mostly features walking, I believe. Oh. Give me a moment. Just noticed something on the playback. There we go. Yeah, it's definitely been a while. Quite the opportunity. Quite the opportunist, aren't you, Volo? Such a consummate guild merchant, even though you haven't sold me anything. I managed to reassure my people for now. The ones are keeping a close eye on their nobles too. All seems quiet for the moment. And so, here we are. But still, we'll never get away with openly aiding you. If we were to undermine the commander's direct orders, relations would grow strained. Long story short, we want to help but without drawing attention, so it'll just be one of us. Me or her, up to you. Well, the answer should be obvious. So, choose whoever you want on the path ahead. Adamant of the Diamond Clan, Irido of the Pearl Clan. Now this, I did put a poll out last week to actually let you all decide which of these upstanding young folks you'd want me to accompany with. And surprisingly enough, Adamant was the winner. I'm guessing because everybody chooses Irida and wanted something a little different. They just can't get enough of his, yeah, let's just pick Adamant. Obviously he'll choose me, right? Who gave me that Celestica flute in the first place? That's right, this strapping young man. Not what I envisioned this voice I gave him saying, I'll be honest. Let me think it over. Of course you'll choose me. I was the one who got you what you needed when you first set out to quell Cleavor. You and I made his bombs together. Let me think it over. Yeah, we're going with Adamant. Yep. I choose you, he said the thing. Thought so. You can count on me. So then, the leftover leader will... Leftover? I'm not someone's scraps. I will keep watch on the commander. I imagine I'll hear something useful from him. Of course, of course. And the lucky chosen one comes with us to the lakes. We can fill you on the details as we go. The first after we decide which of his 3 regions' 3 Great Lakes to visit first. Right, we better get a move on. No time to waste. I'll meet you wherever we decide to go. We'll be in hot water if we were seen traveling together. Okay, I'm counting on you both to handle this, Adamant. Don't cause Stent more trouble. It's nice to see them actually getting along. There we go, the Trial of Lake Valor, the Trial of Lake Acuity, and the Trial of, So it's given us Lake Valor to start with, but I think I want to go through this in the order which you actually... This is kind of a neat little place here. Yeah, Lake Verity, Valor, and Acuity. Last time I did this, I started off with Lake Valor. I think this time I'm going to start off with... Yeah, we're just going to go over the numerical order, which is, fittingly enough, also the order which you normally visit them in Diamond and Pearl. So, where you headed? Oh, there's a Carnivine. Nope. Gotta stay focused. Lake Verity. Oh, this is sure going to be bringing back some memories. Where you first got mobbed by Starlies and had to pick your first starter of Chimchar and... Well, let's face it, everybody picked Chimchar, didn't they? Well, here we are, back in the Fieldlands, after being abandoned out here by the entirety of Jubilite Village. Honestly, I'm still kind of salty that they just all turned on me except for, like, Laventon, Ikari, and Silene. It really is weird thinking about it. The person who was based off the main villain of the original Diamond and Pearl games turns out to be quite the stand-up person. One of the few people in this whole situation that actually has our backs. Like, what is up with that? I mean, I guess it's a nice bait and switch. Anyways, here we are, Lake Verity. They say this lake actually used to be a volcano. When it then erupted, leaving a huge crater that filled with water, and so Lake Verity was born. It's protected by a Pokemon called Mesprit. It was when Mesprit took flight that people first learned the joys of and the sorrows of living. Or, that's how the old tales go anyway. Ah, Dynamis. Your ARC phone is beeping. Ah, so, I was wondering how we're gonna get in here when there's a massive rock in the way. I guess we just, hold the Nightmare Square up to it and see what happens. Because I will admit, I don't remember all that much about this part of the game. That cave, it just appeared out of nowhere. Is that the ARC phone that the professor was going on about? Let's do this, Stent. Mistress Gogeta seemed quite intent that you would have to prove yourself to all 3 of the Pokemon that guard these lakes. The challenge was never for the faint of heart. And I suppose it makes sense, otherwise everyone would be doing it. Throwing slight shade at Disney Star Wars there. Just, oh, everybody can have the Force, then how come that's not actually the case? Like, how come Han Solo isn't a Jedi? How come, Amidala isn't a Jedi? How come Dexter Jetster isn't a Jedi? There's something about this place I can't quite put into words. That's not Mesprit, is it? It's just a, big gooey thing. A menacing Pokemon stands before you. Trounce that thing, Stead. Prove to the Pokemon of the lake how strong you are. Okay, I mean... I'm guessing we're not allowed to actually catch this thing, which would be a bit of a shame. I like how the floor plan actually matches the inside of the lake caverns in the original games. Alright, let's see how strong you are. And let's see how much I've overleveled for this. Level 58. Actually, Gajimaru is actually kind of on point. Kind of wish I've got a power-up punch, in all honesty. Let's just soften it up with an ice punch. Of course I get frostbites. I will admit, in terms of Hisuian forms, or I suppose pseudo-legendaries in general, I already mentioned that Goodra was kind of one of the weakest of the bunch, in my opinion. Just seeing this thing, which didn't really have much to it, alongside the likes of Salamence, Metagross, and Garchomp, just seems so underwhelming to me. And whilst I like the Steel Dragon thing, it's I don't think it's really done enough for me to really say it belongs in the same echelons. Mostly just due to the way its stats go. It just doesn't really pack the punch the others do. That's the way, Stent. You can tell by watching and the Pokemon you call those little balls truly understand one another. Now, let's see about the Pokemon of the lake. You feel a mysterious presence. Egads! Dynamis! Alright, complete the trial. It even has like the little holes in the little footholds here. Your emotions, share them with me. Alright, since you are the emotion Pokemon after all. So it speaks from its mind straight to yours. Makes sense for a Pokemon that embodies an aspect of the mind, I guess. When you fell to this land, what stirred in your heart? Surprise? Panique? Bewilderment? I suppose bewilderment seems to make the most sense. Like, why am I here? Why me specifically? Oh wait, I bought the game. How did it feel to bond with Pokemon and work together? Exciting, bizarre, heartening. Yeah, I'd say heartening since I've been doing this for like yonks. What did you feel when you mingled with Hisui's clans? I don't know. It's a wide, wide world with so many different perspectives. Even if some of them don't make the most sense. What did you feel when cast out of the Galaxy team? I felt bitter, I accepted life is complicated. Oh, definitely bitter. Definitely bitter about that one. Take this piece of the spirit to bind the world once more. I'm not even sure you can fail. I think it's just a, answer all the questions however you want. Obtain Mesprit's plume, which looks to be an envelope. Yeah, I think it's just wrapped up in... Actually, would paper exist in this universe? It's like, we have, like, Polaroid photographs. Is there a printing press? Honestly, the technology of this setting is so confusing. Okay, bye. Can't even imagine what that must feel like, having the Pokemon talk to you without words. I'm used to it by now, you know, Mewtwo, Lugia, Entei at one point. Well, the world's full of mysteries, I guess. I can hardly even be surprised at things like that after seeing the sky itself so warped. Now, with 2 lakes left to visit. Obviously, next we're going over to Lake Valor, as that's the one you go to next in the story. I've only visited there, like, briefly, just to gather all the unknowns, and while I was trying to find those last two wisps. Looks like that worked out well, Stent. Gotta admit, you sure know plenty about Hisui, Volo. Or ain't you just a stand-up guy? That's right, I am a stand-up guy. You could say it's more because I'm a merchant, but most because I'm naturally filled with curiosity. Definitely not evil. I want to know exactly what happened in the past that led us to this particular present. Or, more accurately, I suppose, I want to know where I came from and where I'm headed. I want to know my path, so to speak. I have the answer to that one, but I don't think you're going to like it. I think we'd all like some answers on that. You're really not going to like it. I don't know. Probably how we came to worship Almighty Sin in the first place. I've even got some questions about its true nature. Weighty matters to ponder, for sure, but we have an important task before us. Do you want to return to Mistress Cookieta's home? Yeah, sure. I think we're just gonna blitz through this particular part of the game. Perfect. I'd like to see what she thinks about progress. I can only assume that actually, if we do catch any Pokemon here, we just end up not getting them registered to our Pokedex for obvious reasons. Ah, Mesprit's plume. So the legends told it true. Then the red chain must be real as well. I guess, but all this makes no sense to me. These Pokemon represent our minds, and they bring us this thing, and it'll let us bind the world and solve all this mess, but how? Why? Your doubt suggests a keen intellect. I see you're not the clan's leader for nothing. Without the mind, were the rift to widen and the very world to end, would we even know it? One might say the world, time, space, all creation, exists only because our minds are there to perceive it. Perhaps the Red Chain's purpose is to let one see creation as it truly is. Like some sort of total perspective vortex? I get even less now. Such are myths, my child, teaching us about the world in their own incomprehensible ways. They urge us to think more for ourselves, on the nature of Almighty Sinnoh, and on the nature of the world in which we dwell. That's right, thinking for yourself and not conforming. I'm surprised you ain't even allowed to say this nowadays. You're absolutely right. Myths and legends are such fascinating things to study. In any case, all we have to do is complete 2 more trials and we get our red chain. How nonchalant you sound, how confident of success in which you contribute absolutely nothing. You tag along only for the chance to gawk at more ancient ruins. And apparently Volo was just okay with that. More and more human voices echo throughout Hisui with the growth of your galaxy team. An antique tea set. Actually, this leads me to wonder, considering this is Gen 8, is this like Sinisty and Poltergeist? I think the patterns on here look kind of similar. Could be wrong. We actually have plants here which we can't get any mints from. And okay, so here's basically our PC for the time being. I don't think we actually need Charm anymore, considering we already completed that particular side quest. And I will be honest, I am still kind of happy about our particular team setup, but I hate to say it, I think given our team composition of most stuff that's mostly weak to psychics and fighting, I think we're gonna need to get something with a little bit more coverage, unfortunately. Sorry, Jet, you've been great this whole time, but we need a psychic type. Or just something which is good against fighting. Something you need? Well, if you come to the right place, I am a Jingo Guild merchant after all. Oh, so now you sell me stuff. 3,000 for max revives. Jeez. Alright, I suppose we can do some more Pokeballs. Actually, let's make it Ultra Balls, why not? We'll go with 10. And 10. And that should do us just fine. Alright. Time to go to Lake Valor. We'll bring out... You know what? Samrock seems appropriate for this. The Alabaster Islands. Oh, that's not the that's not where I mean to go. Silly game. Try Lake Valor. I always called it Valor when I was younger instead of Valor. Honestly, all this talk about the lakes again gets me kind of nostalgic for the Diamond and Pearl anime a little bit, even though it lasted for absolutely ever. I only watched a few episodes of it, like of the Sinnoh League and... I suppose the one where they all got trapped in a maze and kept pestering Paul/Shinji. It seems like it would be a fairly obscure episode, but that's one of the ones I remember seeing on the off chance. Oh, and... Oh, no way! No way! No, 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 no way! Shiny Unknown! I cannot believe it! Come on. Damn it. I was gonna say, no way I'm getting a shiny Unknown. It's the exact same point of the game I found that Now I'm just disappointed in myself, and the stream is ruined. No coming back from that, unfortunately. I was gonna say, I am starting to get a little nostalgic for the limited amount of the anime I watched when I was growing up. You know, stuff like a few parts of the Diamond and Pearl anime when I could catch it, and the well, it was mostly the movies I remember seeing a whole bunch, mostly 1 to 6 and then 10. I did get more of the movies as time went on, like I think I got basically all the ones up to Power of Us, aside from Mystery of Mew and Temple of the Sea, which are apparently impossible to get in my region. Oh, hey, Alpha Wish Cache. Keep forgetting he's in the game. Alright. Do you know about Lake Valor? It's said to have formed from a volcanic eruption, much like Lake Verity. Though, there are also other theories that say it was carved out in the midst of the POKéMON battle. Must have been a hell of a battle. This lake is protected by the POKéMON Azelf. When Azelf took flight, the will to do what needs doing was born in people's hearts, or at least that's what the legends would have us believe. Determination. Alright. Open poppy seed. Oh, a cave appears where there was none, as if just for scent. Well, here we go. I imagine strong Pokemon could wait inside, protecting the Pokemon of the lake. Take care. Alright, let's just head on in there and see what we can find. I mean, I'm hoping we come across some more shiny Pokemon later on. Let's see what we're up against. Overquill. Well, it's mighty lucky I bought Gardevoir for this. A menacing Pokemon waits before you. Watch it, Sten. I've heard about this one from my grandfather. Those quills, they're enormous and venomous. Alright, I'm guessing you can't catch these things, so Poison Dark. We'll go with Machamp. I mean, I know I said I wanted to use Samurott for this, but... Fishy me! I'm kind of curious actually as to how exactly they get all the onomatopoeia for a lot of these Pokemon cries. Like, I suppose stuff like Mewtwo makes sense, and the Kricketune at the start of the game was also a nice little deep cut. It's just something that I couldn't help but think about ever since, like, Gen 2, we had Lugia saying gas. No idea why, it just says gas. I think that was the main one, and fairly certain there were a few others as well. That's my stunt! You feel a mysterious presence, again. Alright, you got another quiz for me, Azelf? Here he is, ready to taunt me and then blow up. Show me your unyielding will. Strike me if you can. Oh, okay. Did those bombs just appear out of nowhere? I guess you're meant to throw them at Azelf? Alright. Freaking teleported. You hear a voice inside your head, again. Will you abandon this folly? I'm not done with you yet. Yeah, I know how this is supposed to go. Just keep going until... Oh, don't give up. Don't give up. The power of willpower. You just gotta keep going. Everything is a brand new challenge for me. I know your tricks. It seems you had best give up, but you continue regardless. I'm not done with you yet. We will keep going until you tell me to stop. I mean, you've been telling me to stop. I mean, once you give up. This is a question of who will break first. And it's not going to be me. Actually, are the floor patterns on here the same as they actually are in the Diamond and Pearl games? It's different through the one at Lake Verity, at the very least. Give up. Your struggle in vain. And yet, you'll yet press on. Yes, let's keep going. Oh, I can actually aim at it now. Okay, I guess he just sort of gave up. See, he gave up first. I win. Take this piece of the spirit to bind the world once more. Alright. Once again, wrapped up in an envelope. Azelf's Fang. Okay, I didn't exactly expect it to have teeth. What, did you just rip it out of its face? Just one more to go. Alright, let's roll out. Yep. I assume all went well, Stant. Still, I must wonder. Why don't they just give us the red chain? Why all this running about? I guess I can figure two reasons. To keep the chain safe, and to test us. Perhaps you are right. Who knows what would happen if it fell into the wrong hands after all? What wrong hands are you thinking, Volo? Though, having said that, ain't the red chain for mending the world? What use would some villain have for it? Who can say for sure? Maybe the red chain has some other use besides mending the world. Oh, like resetting it? Oh. Call back to Diamond and Pearl. You could be right. Guess we have no way of knowing until we get the red chain for ourselves. Yeah, let's go. There was one thing I wanted to check with the water, but I think we can do that in the next area. Wonderful. Then we can see if Mistress Kogita has any more insights to share with us. I gotta say, this has gone by a lot quicker than I remember it doing. So, that's Azelf's Fang. I sense a warmth to it. Yes, it's fresh out of Azelf's face. After presumably used explosion for the 500th time. The Pokemon of the lakes are strange. They seem to play with your mind somehow. Indeed. Yet we may want to add just a dash more speed. Things in Jubilife Village are intense. What makes you say so? It seems a Pokemon's been glimpsed on the other side of the rift. One of us Jinko Guild merchants informed me that Commander Kawado has raised a force. Not to survey the Pokemon, but to subdue it. Should the need arise, of course. One of those Jinko Guild merchants. You make it sound as though you're not one of them. What are you hiding from us, Volo? Now, if a Pokemon truly were to appear beyond the rift... Smooth deflection there, buddy, smooth. What would become of everyone, I wonder? That sells it. Stat, there's no time to lose. We got one more tutorial left to find for the red chain. Let's get to it. Let's do it to it. That's the spirit. I'll come watch this historic moment unfold too. Watch. Is that all you really do? Remember, once you've sought the third lake and found what's needed for the red chain, make for the shrouded ruins. I keep forgetting whether or not the shrouded ruins are actually at Valor, the Marlins, or the Highlands. I suppose it would make sense for them to be in the Highlands. Just sort of bring it all together with these 3 different areas and like a triangle of such. Oh, you can actually see the lakes on the map. For some reason that didn't actually occur to me until now. Yeah, you got Lake Valor, which I will say it was kind of nice. Hopefully it doesn't get blown up in the far future. And here we are. At long last, the Alabaster Icelands. Now, I did make mention of a particular small bit of fanfiction which I read a while back relating to this area at this point of the game, and I figure I may as well share it with you now. And on top of that, also, I think I kind of want to read a little bit of an excerpt from it, if you don't mind me. I'll just pop it in the chat for the time being. If it needs to rise, I can also put it in the description. It's reborn, parentheses, a journey's terminus. I'll just read a small passage here, just so you can get a this is sort of preview. I'll just get a drink for this first, as we sit here in the blistering cold. The creation of Ray was slow. It started with an absence of pain. Something told them that they should feel hurt, that they should be in agony, but it was all muted. They felt only the whispers of wind gliding across their being. They next started to develop sight. Around them was nothing but a white landscape, although red glinted in the sun as they looked at the right angle. Below them they could see blue, but they could not move to check what it was. Next came the sensation of hearing. Wind roared in their ears, and the distant sound of Pokémon could occasionally join their new auditory senses. For some reason they knew they did not like one of the cries in particular. After they could hear, they found they could move. They could not travel far yet, Their legs were far too weak, but they could move their head and their limbs around for small periods. The blue they had seen was some four-legged Pokemon. Why did their chest hurt looking at it? And a bipedal shape that made them nauseous to behold. I didn't look at either shape for long. The culmination of the being known as Ray was the return of their rage. All at once they felt an all-encompassing hatred, though they did not know what for. It overwhelmed them, filling their small body and overflowing into the snow. What had caused such rage? Why did they feel so much spite? They could hardly move from the shapes they existed close to, so how could they feel this angry? Ray did not know how long it took to calm themselves down, but they managed to force the anger to the back of their mind, a simmer instead of a rolling boil. Their relative peace did not last long. I think that's going to be enough of that. Hopefully you get some enjoyment out of that. I thought it was, at the very least, an interesting concept for this particular part of the game. Something which, had things turned out a little bit differently, might have seemed somewhat plausible, though obviously, given how we are now, not so likely. I do quite like the purple shading in this area here. It's kind of a shame that this is only temporary, because in terms of coloration, this does add a cool mood to a lot of these areas. There's Snowpoint Temple again. Though still not too big of a fan of the green gas just rolling over the sky. Yeah, since we're here, yeah, no idea what this is about, whether or not this is intentional or just a graphical error. Apparently in this section, the water splashes made by Basket Legion are just green. I wasn't sure whether or not it was intentional by then, but I do think at the very least it's kind of cool, just showcasing how unnatural and messed up the world is at this point, though I feel there could have also been other means of showcasing that, like making the Pokemon more aggressive. That could have been interesting, just really lean into the whole the world's going to hell thing with freakish weather as well, like, I don't know, ion storms. Thought there was something else for a brief moment. Alright, here we are, Lake Acuity. Here we are, Lake Acuity. You know, I've been told it actually contains seawater as well. No one knows why though. Could be a fluke of geography, or perhaps it's connected to a Pokemon somehow. I don't think we ever actually got an answer to that, and Diamond Pearl is just the third lake which you don't really pay that much attention to. Lake Acuity is protected by the Pokemon Uxie. When Uxie took flight, the knowledge to solve problems was born in people's minds. That's what the stories say anyway. Alright, let's just crack this last entrance open. I'm actually wondering if we'll actually manage to get round to all the endgame of this stream. That would be nice. A tool that can make caves appear simply from nowhere is quite a handy one to have. Let's go! I imagine there may be Pokemon in their garden protecting the lake's guardian. Take care! Yes, yes, we've been through this song and dance. A space-time distortion is forming. There's no more time. We need to hurry. Something about this definitely kind of reminds me of the end of Sonic 06 for some reason. Let's see what's waiting for us. Oh, I think this will be actually most people's first encounter with Hisuian Zoroark, where the red eyes just sort of shift unnaturally for like a split second. You see that, right? Right there. And there. And there. And there. I'm guessing that's supposed to be it blinking, though it definitely looks kind of off. Just like the artifact that happens when you're in water, like you can actually kind of see here. See the outline? Especially around Adamant at this point. I know you don't need me to tell you this, Dad, but I gotta still say it. Be careful around that thing. Oh. I suppose it makes sense that, Adamant doesn't have much to say about it. As I think, actually, could be wrong, but Irida does say a lot about how this thing is, like, uber dangerous. I think similarly to how Adamant actually mentioned the Overquill. Now, let's see what would be best here. Probably not God of War, though. I gotta say, this particular moveset is kind of good. We'll just put Calm Mind in there. And, I kind of want to go Draining Kiss. Kinda. We'll go... I don't think we need Mystical Fire and Aura Sphere. Yeah, we'll just keep the both of them on for the time being. Could be useful. But yeah, nothing specifically... Oh wait, I have 2 dark types. I completely forgot. Finally! Samrock can come into his own. Against this thing. Bow wow bow bow bow. I will admit, actually messing around with Hisui and Zoroark, whilst the typing is definitely interesting, I can't help but feel as though the hype around this particular Pokemon is a little bit overblown. May just be me. Appeal-wise, I don't think it's exactly the hottest thing, but then again, I'm more of an early boy. You know, gens 1 to 4. So, maybe it was like a Hisui and Lucario, which was more underworld themed than maybe, but I suppose the thing's still cool nonetheless. Just a lot of stuff going on downstairs, it seems. I'll have to join that later if they're still at it. Taken down in 1 hit, though. Yeah, the artifact in this place is definitely a low point, I'd say. Like, obviously this is supposed to be like a crucial part of the story, but visual-wise, it's really starting to show its weaknesses, I'd say. Knew you could do it, Stat. Alright, let's see what you've got for me this time, Yuxi, here in your garage with your new Lamborghini. Alright, complete Yuxi's trial. I might fail this one, for one simple reason. It's about knowledge. I will test your knowledge, of which I'm likely to forget. Combi, Zubat, Unknown, Magneton, Dusclops. How many are their eyes? Tell me each one by one, yet all at once. Answer me. Alright. So Combi, that's 6. Zubat, that's none. Unknown is 1. Magneton is 3. Dusclops is 1. So that's 6. 1, 4, 11. Alright, I'm ready to answer. I think I got this right. I actually have to... Yeah, it's 11. I think. Oh. You actually have to type it in. Great. So that's 6 0 1 3 1. I think I might have had that as an original trainer number at some point. Oh, that's it? Yuxi, I was expecting a little bit more after how theatrical the other two were. That was too easy. That was the most underwhelming so far. Wait, Yuxi has a claw? Yuxi is the hyper-defensive one. This is the one least likely to have claws. Okay, bye. Most underwhelming trial yet. That's it. You completed the trials of the 3 lakes. I mean, given how the Mesprit and Azoth ones were. I was ready for like a whole riddles in the dark sort of thing, just back and forth constant riddles, but apparently not. Alright. Time to go home. It seems we've finished the Free Lake trials. If I remember correctly, we were told to then head to the Shrouded Ruins. I don't know what could wait us there, but I'm always excited to explore some ancient ruins. Let's be on our way. Oh, yeah, so I suppose there was impetus to actually do Lake Valor last in that case. I suppose with the willpower trial as well, it really feels sort of thematically accurate for that to be the last one. The Shrouded Ruins, so let's see here. I see, I think 2 are Salonas. Palkia, Breviary, Dialga, Arceus, Giratina, Regigigas, Cresselia? Maybe? This was so good, it was so very good at obscuring things, it allowed them said to blur boundaries. If we were to somehow bring together the world of humans, the world of Pokemon, and the world of myth, then maybe we need a setting such as this. That being said, what are we meant to do now? Seems I've made it in time. Dave. Showing up only when the time's right, huh? With age comes wisdom, I guess. I had the aid of a rather remarkable Pokemon, if you really wish to know. Right. Any indication of which what? Oh, I'm guessing the Abra which showed up? It can teleport. Right, but what do we do to make this red chain? I would hardly know. Oh boy. We speak of a divine instrument, once said to be capable of binding the very world. Do you really imagine it could be forged by mortal hands? Then what are we doing here? We don't have any more time to waste. I wonder what that could be. Oh, here you are. Ready to forge the red chain of your own will this time. Ah, the Pokemon of the lakes. Yeah, I always sort of imagined the next time this happened was a very painful experience. There we go. It's actually a chain, wow. I could probably just use that as like a big hula hoop, thinking about it. Okay, bye. I was expecting that to be a little bit more grandiose, to be honest. So it was true. The pact our people have kept passing down for all these generations, has been kept. At last I can set this burden aside. You've succeeded once again, Stents. Yet, things do not seem to be going well for the rest of the world. What's that supposed to mean? I've had some news from my fellow merchants in the Jinko Guild. It seems the commander is going to forego waiting for our investigation to finish. He plans to climb Mount Coronet himself. What's he thinking? Even if he did make it up there, what can he do against a giant rift in space-time? I mean, knowing him, will probably try to suplex it. Well, he doesn't yet know our Stent has managed to get the red chain now, does he? That's right. We gotta let him know that it'll be alright now that we have a red chain. The commander should see reason then call this whole foolhardy plan of his. Oh, already going back, are we? Let's see if everyone still welcomes me in open arms. Oh, hey. Stents? What are you doing mopping around here for? We got work to do. Welcome back. It's been grim here. We and the Survey Corps could hardly even speak to one another lately. spoke with you about, maybe Captain Silent's appetite for potato mochi will return. That's your biggest concern? Anyway, wait a minute, will you? I'll go let the captain your back. Alright. Well, here we are again. And if you had the chance to talk to anyone... Oh, my dear Stent. The professors have been awfully worried about you. Of course I was worried. I don't think I could hold a candle to the distress you showed, Akari. But that's blowing it out of proportion. I don't think it's appropriate for an adult to make things up just to hide their embarrassment. But, where's the captain? Wasn't she coming along with you, Professor? She's buried under a mountain of work, I'm afraid. We're to join her in the Survey Corps office. Seems our hands are more than full now that Captain Commodore is gone. He's not here. Well, he set out to Mount Coronet with the Survey Corps in tow. The Security Corps in tow. He's been determined to handle this whole space-time rift business himself, including dealing with the Pokemon that's been spotted on the other side. Now, that's why I'm filling in for the regular guard with Pichu at the ready. Well, we aren't getting anywhere out here. Let's head inside and report to the captain. And we're not just running off to Mount Coronet right away. I mean, that's what I'd be doing. So you managed to not die, just as I ordered. Well done. I mean, we didn't really come across much that could actually kill us, though, aside from maybe the unknowns. Yeah, I gotta give you credit, Captain. The only person who was willing to stand up for me here. I have no idea what you're implying. All I know is Abra vanished of its own accord, inconveniencing me greatly. Before moving forward, I must ask. I assume you're here again because you managed to learn something of use. I got this red chain thingy here. Go on. Alright, a legendary tool set to bind the very world. Commander Commodore is no longer here in Jubilife Village. Yeah, I gathered that. The Security Corps have been scouting the area near the space-time rift, and they reported sightings of something on the other side of it. Something that resembled a Pokémon. The commander made the decision to make take the Security Corps to the mountain as they were prepared to fend off any possible threat. They were to make for the temple at the peak. However strong the commander may be, he should have gotten Stent to help. As for Captain of the Survey Corps, I hereby order you to proceed as follows. Stent, take that red chain to Mount Coronet, make your way to the peak, and put an end to all this. You are officially reinstated at your former rank. About time. Are you certain you can do that with the commander away, Captain? If he didn't wish me to decide things in this place, then he should not have left me in charge here. Then I'll go as well. We're all in this together, we members of the Survey Corps. Why does it feel like we're the only 3 members, though? I feel like there should be more. Naturally, no one suggested you should not. Alright. Oh, side quest here. Oh. I guess there's just a Lucario in the building. Hey, who let this dog in the house? Alright, Lucario. Something the matter, Lucario? Oh, he's your dog, huh? I'm Rai. And you are? You can just call me Stent. Okay, you're Stent. Nice to meet you. What is it, Lucario? Bow bow. It seems Lucario sensed your strong aura. Oh, so you're the ancestor of, I forget his name, from Iron Island. It's kind of weird that Iron Island isn't actually an area in this game, though. I feel like there'd be a pretty cool, like, post-game area. Let me just actually go and check the name real quick. Because I know who this guy is supposed to be based off, even if his His outfit is nothing like his, you know, spiffing Sir Aaron look. Let's see, Iron Island. Oh, it was Riley. That was what. If you're willing to battle us, could you come to the training grounds? Steely Lucario. Battle Lucario at the training grounds. Do I actually get the option to do this? Because if so, it's obvious which Pokemon I'm bringing. There's a reason why Fighting Steel isn't exactly the best of typings. When I say that, Fighting Steel is actually kind of good. Alright. Where are ya? I'm here at the training grounds. What's up? It was nice to see you again, Ingo. Alright. Requests Steely Lucario. You even get a Grit Rock for your troubles. That's nice. Okay, you're all the way out here. Alright, let's see how powerful your Lucario is. I take it you're ready for our battle? Yeah, I'm ready. Now then, let's forgo the small talk and proceed right to the battle. That's our style. I keep forgetting Sir Aaron was also voiced by Jason Griffith. It's like, he voiced so many characters in the Pokemon anime, like Broly, Sir Aaron. Oh, that was Dragon Pulse. Okay, we should be fine. Here, I'll use Rock Smash! Almost one shot by Rock Smash, how embarrassing. Yeah, like Broly, Sir Aaron, Munchlax in the movie 7, and of course, Silent, the connoisseur of everything. I was surprised they kept bringing all the 4Kids cast back, even though obviously they stopped using 4Kids during like the Battle Frontier run. That was a wonderful battle. Seems we need to redo our training, Lucario. Thank you for the experience. I can tell you've met many Pokemon that's helped you make you stronger. I think we'll test our skills in other places from now on. Let's meet again. Alright, thanks for the Grit Rock, fella. Yeah, he's pretty chill. Can't use the Grit Rock for the moment, though, so I guess I'll just put it in storage, and we'll make our way over to, what I can only presume is the end of all things. I'll admit I wasn't exactly expecting us to get to the end game so quick. So what, you have nothing to say? Nothing to say about you have nothing to say about all the about when you cast me out. Just gonna pretend like nothing ever happened. Honestly, I can't believe any of you. I mean, it's nice that there's people here who actually care about me, but I think for the most part I'm just gonna go back and stay at Kogita's place where I'm welcomed. There you are, Stead. Irida's already headed up to Mount Coronet. How are things looking here? The commander is already at Mount Coronet. He's already started up the mountain? He must be more reckless than that dignified manner of his lets on. Not I can blame anyone for wanting to avoid wasting time. Well, alright then. Guess I'm going after him. Let me go first, Ed. If you were to show up with no warning, there'd probably be a fight. Honestly, I'm looking for a fight at the moment. Time's a-wasted. See you there. Gotta go fast! Who's the reckless one? Oh, hey, you gotta run out of the village, right? But you still try to find a way to help us all? Yeah. And what was the thanks I got? But that's right. Stan worked hard to get the Red Chain to help us. Too right, and a fine job he did too. Well, I wouldn't say that until this is actually all over, Leventon. You're kinda just setting me up for a fall. The Survey Corps is always at hard work for the sake of everyone here in the village, as well as for the sake of our relations with Pokémon.
Thanks. Here, take this.
Oh, nice. Thanks a bunch, child. No idea how you managed to get that when they're supposedly like 3,000 yen. Your orders are free. 1. Make for the summit camp, and from there the Temple of Sinnoh. 2. Use the red chain to resolve this mess. And 3. Return here. Alive. I mean, I don't know, I could easily just go through the rift and go home. That's also an option. Right? Right? It's like, once I do the rift thing here, I'm done, right? Oh, and you're here as well. I was gonna say, I had a foreboding feeling coming from here, and it wasn't from the whole Sinnoh Ruins thing. So, I've heard the latest. So you've been accepted back into the Galaxy team, have you? I suppose congratulations are in order. Here, some max potions from me to celebrate. Well, I would say awfully generous, but this is a modern Pokemon game. It's par for the course, really. Looks like the big moment is upon us at last. But no doubt it'll be fine. After all, you worked so hard to earn that red chain. And you didn't do anything. Both Adamant and Irida headed for the peak as well. My good friend Sen, I wish you the great fortune in the battles to come. I would truly regret losing one of our most beloved and loyal customers. It seems Komodo intends to use the summit camp as a base of operations for this undertaking. As for me, I think I will set up shop close to the temple itself. Alright. Well, at least we have a means of actually earning money. Oh. What do you want? What do you want? Well, things have certainly gotten out of hand. Well, if anything goes wrong, the great Melly will be here. For moral support, at least. That's what I thought. Adding nothing meaningful to the conversation. Just what I expected from you, Melly. Alright. Let's roll out. And finally make our way through the stone portal. And this great big flashback to the end of Diamond and Pearl, which... I know I said that I wasn't exactly the most nostalgic for Diamond and Pearl, but for this particular section, up Mount Coronet... Yeah, it is kind of nostalgic to me. Also, that is huge. Really, it's just like one big snowflake breaking the sky. It is kind of a neat effect. It's just a shame we've already seen it in this series before with the Ultra Wormholes. Kind of leads you to wonder if there's any connection. This is the stone portal. I've been told not to let anyone pass, but really I'm not sure what's the point any longer. You can go ask for me. Oh boy. Oh yeah. I think it was this music in particular, the ambiance in this particular scene, aside from the artifacting here. This part of the area here really just sort of... I mentioned before how this felt like the missing piece to the story of Diamond and Pearl. Here, in this area, is where I felt it the most. Listen to the ambiance, the music, the gravity of what was going on, the gravity of the situation. It really felt like it was all coming back to me after playing through Gen 4 for so long. Like, there were some secrets which were not really... Some secrets that were left in mystery in Diamond and Pearl, which basically seen from the other side here. That's the whole thing. Alright. Oh, it's you. What are you doing here? I thought you were supposed to be back at the village. This has been no real appetite for potato mochi, huh? Oh, still alive and kicking. Sorry about having to shut this evolved flower. I'd much rather be there now, serving up some freshly grilled potato mochi. But that Taskmaster Commodo's gone and left me to oversee our food supply. He always finds a way to put even these old bones to work. While I'm handling that, I suppose I'll handle you as well. Time we got rid of you once and for all. Benny, what's the deal? I thought we were good. I thought we were cool. Are you serious here? Are you serious, man? Is this the time or place? I'll make myself plain. As Commodore's right hand, I'm charged with executing all the security deeds Commodore can't or won't do himself. I gave him my word I'd get rid of any fools that might think of getting in the way of his plans. And besides, it's not just Commodore who longs to live in a new home free of fear or strife. His dream is mine now, too. You've seen my smoke bombs before, right? Well, this is how you're meant to use them. When I heard you managed to quell those nobles one after another, oh, did it ever make my blood run hot and my heart pound. At last. At last. One final opponent worthy of my great ninja techniques that have been left to molder all these long years. This is really where it clicked for me with Benny, that he's basically just the, I suppose, Legends Arceus parallel to Wally, which I will admit definitely was something I didn't really expect. I mean, there's the green hair, obviously, but Wally, of all people, I didn't expect to associate with ninjutsu, considering he could barely get out of bed at the start of Ruby and Sapphire. Also, yeah. Kind of feeling the overleveledness coming into play here. I'm gonna swap out to Umbreon, because he hasn't had much time to shine yet, and I think it's high time he did. Go for it. Look, even the artifacts are in here as well, jeez. Alright, I know I'm drowsy, but it'll take more than that to put me down. One shot. Yep. And people say this game is difficult. I mean, it started off difficult, but once you actually get to... Oh. I was gonna say, once you actually get to really power leveling yourself, you just kind of break the game in half. It's kind of like Sword and Shield in that aspect. Or so I've heard. Oh, that stings. What a great time to not have Psychic. Ah well, I think a Moonblast should just still do the trick. I still remember when Wally used the God of War. Oh, he still has God of War, wow. Speak of the devil. Is this a... I mean, obviously it's a Pokemon I like for many, many reasons, but... I suppose it did seem kind of obvious, given all the stuff in Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. You know what? Here, have this. Hyper Beam! That's what I thought. Oh, critical hit as well. Nice. That just leaves your last one. What have you... Oh, and Gallade as well. Gotta get the pair. It's kind of a shame Mega Evolution isn't even in this game. Otherwise... this would be rather apt. I'll do it again! Love the effect of it in this game. Also, alright, you get... Benny. You could have just ended my life right there. Oh wait, I have Recover. Let's see what happens when I use that. Oh wait, he had Sword Stance up. Probably should have just gone for the kill, but right. What can... You know what? Lopunate. Lopunate. I know it's probably not the best choice, but it has Play Rough. That should at least do something. Go for it. Ha ha ha. That's what I thought. I have bested you. It seems my ninja techniques will soon be consigned to history. You know, I know a guy who'd still be really into that sort of thing. Though you may want to... I may have an idea for a technique that you may want to pass down. Which will ironically be lost to history in later games. Very good, young one, very good indeed. It is only a foolish ninja who tries to keep after a target they know they cannot beat. And, to be honest, I don't hate you. I'd actually like you, after a fashion. At least for the skill you show in battle. But listen first, and Pokemon are truly terrifying creatures. Commodore and I saw our hometown burned to the ground by maddened Pokemon running amok. Was it a Gyarados? I'm willing to bet it was a Gyarados. We lost plenty of friends and comrades that day. That's why Commodore came here to his suite to try to build a new home, where people could live free from fear. But to achieve something truly great, you must sometimes have to take extreme actions. If, hypothetical as it may be, a Pokemon were to appear from within that time-space rift, Commodore might lose hold of his reason. Save Commodore from himself, by force if you must. Do that, and I'll stuff you full of more delicious potato mochi than a human stomach can handle. You got anything else you can cook? Like, potato pancakes? Chips? Hash browns? Just, oh, my entire team is completely healed after that. Good to know. Alright. Let's finally make for the climax of our little game. Time to go show being the boss man. I forgot the line. Step up and play. That's all I remember. Well, Shadow, looks like we've reached the climax of our little game. Hey, fellas. I know that the last verse is supposed to be around here somewhere. Can I get it? Can I get it real quick? Guys, we're in the middle of something here. You bought the red chain? Stent, you're the only one who could stop whatever is unfolding atop the mountain. That Pokemon has apparently been sighted through the rift. I think it may be Almighty Sinnoh, but Commander Commodore stopped us from heading towards the temple. Yeah, I'm guessing... Oh wait, I can actually do it now. Let me! Get me! Where is it? Where is it? Oh wait, I think it... Is it actually up here? Let me, could have sworn the last verse was around here, but I'm guessing it's more sort of at the foot of the temple. Yep, there's Commodore, dressed up in old battle gear. It looks like it actually made of metal, not paper. You again. I've heard this red chain of yours will bind the world. I assume that to bind the world means to hold the world together, keeping it as it's meant to be. A welcome idea, but can I truly put my faith in such tales? What will you put your faith in? What, you even think the red chain is some sort of trick on Stent's part? You worked mightily to get that thing, and I should know. I was with him the whole time. I saw him rise to the trial set by the free Pokemon of the lakes. If he somehow concocted all that on his own, then what hope do we even have anyway? Perhaps you are right, sir. But if I were to simply put my faith in this boy, and that faith were to be betrayed, then how could I possibly face my people? Then work together with us. Surely should something go wrong, I'll take complete responsibility. Fine, enough. Let fate decide what happens next. Whichever of us is stronger will prevail. Face me with your Pokemon strength. Today, we battle in earnest. So you say Pokemon are terrifying creatures, and yet you have your very own? What's the big deal, Commodore? I thought you hated Pokemon. Or is it just sort of a means to the end sort of thing? Also, I should probably switch to Samurott. That seems... I should probably just bring out Samurott for this, just for the thematics alone. We've been through all this together. Now it's time for me to put... Now it's time for me to crush you and throw you into the wind! I'll give you one free hit. My back's turned. How about that? You shouldn't have wasted it. It really... I do like the effect that really sort of reminds me of one of Virgil's moves. Alright, next. Ooh, a Snorlax. Somehow moving faster than me. I know Snorlax has a high... You know what? We'll go fishing for crits. That was a crit. Wait. He's actually switching? What is this sorcery? Pokemon NPCs aren't supposed to switch Pokemon. They're supposed to sit there and take it. Also, I kind of just ruined that whole engagement by just completely derailing it with my crits. Oh, that's why you swapped. Oh. Sort of like a slacking thing, I'm guessing. That's actually, that was kind of potent. Good thing I have a fighting type. Kind of a shame I don't have access to Power Punch still. Oh well. How embarrassing. Alright, what's your ace? Golem. Really bringing it back to Gen 1 with this little encounter, huh? Really sort of the battle of the low tiers. I really gotta feel bad for Golem in all honesty, because I've always liked Golem's design, but Rhydon exists, and is just so much better, at least in Gen 1. Obviously, as time has gone on with stuff like Alolan Golem, it's a lot less clear-cut. But even so, it just feels like, as time has gone on, Golem has been increasingly shafted, like, admittedly, a lot of Pokemon in this series. Any Pokemon that threatens our life here must be eliminated. In this world, it's kill or be killed. You are truly a force to be reckoned with. That's why I will Oh. I was gonna say, that's why I will throw you off this mountain with my bare hands. Stent, the fates have decided. I concede, and I apologize sincerely for doubting you. Commander, I know I have no right to ask if it's you any longer, but please use that strength of yours for the sake of the Galaxy Expedition team. No, for the sake of the Celestia people and all Pokemon living in Isui. So you're finally accepting us as one person, huh? Don't you worry, Commander. We got the red chain. Alright, can I finally get this verse now, please? Oh wait, we're still at the bottom of... Still at the bottom... Well, everyone else has been healed up again at the very least. Can I please get the verse? There we go. I think the last verse is here. And look at that, even the dust here is green. The whole world's gone to hell. Here we are finally. Old verse 11. Last one. Technically. Yeah, let's read it. Let's our wishes reach heaven's crown. The people together vowed. So they and their Pokemon bore stone to the peak of Heaven's Mount. The Pokemon carved the gathered stones in the shapes of Pokemon. The 10 Pokemon that Sinnoh shone its almighty light upon. The 10 Pokemon of the hero as well. So, already we got Widear and Cleavor. So the 10 Pokemon is conveniently the same ones which all like got new regional variants or evolutions and such in this game, huh? Hello. The commander's headed to the temple, but I fear the situation is already beyond our control. On that space time, it seems there's a being that has no regard to our very existence out there. You feel that staggering power weighing you down? Can you feel life moving through your mind? Not any human has a chance against it. Look at that, even the clouds are green. Really is turning into like Nickelodeon planet here. Alright, so let's see. We got Widear, we got Cleavor, or is it Weirdear? I say Wiredear, but I think it is actually just Weirdear. We have, of course, oh, you can investigate these. Let's do it. There's a statue of the Pokemon that's said to have been lost to the ancient hero. So, Leafani, Ursaluna, Basculegion, Arcanine, Electrode. Even here, Electrode has to get something to make it a little bit more interesting compared to all these super intricate designs. And here's just Electrode is just a big ball. Of course, you have Sneasler, and Breviary, and have a look. Actually, I want to check something real quick. Because I feel it would have been more appropriate if, like, all the right Pokemon were on one side and all the nobles were on the other. It's like Electrode and Sneasler are in the wrong spots. Really feels like Sneasler should be on this side and Electrode on this side, to be sort of thematically appropriate. And of course, you got the Arceus symbol up there again. And here we are, clouds up. Give me a moment. I know I said that we're going to finish this, but there's a thing over here. I gotta check what this is all about. Still. Thank goodness you passed by, please. I need to rescue my Spheal. Its adorable round body caused it to go rolling down the hill. It's headed straight for the stone-toned roads and boulder rolled ravine. Those areas are full of dangerous Pokemon. You're the new Survey Corps member everyone's been talking about, right? Please, let me find my dear Spheal. Rolling with Spheal. Bowling for soup. I suppose that's one thing that just sort of remind me, though, bowling for soup. Just... oh, there's Spheal. Hello, Spheal. I'm here to, pick you up. It's dangerous down here. Look at that big old face.
Spheal?
Oh, there he goes. I'll race you to the bottom. I was gonna say... it has been a long time since I played Sonic Unleashed, and... also, of course I have my problems with it. I wouldn't be too opposed to playing it again sometime.
Spheal?
There he goes. Like, the whole world's going to hell, and I'm just here chasing your Spheal down a hill. Classic JRPG logic. The end of the world might be happening, but it just casually grinds to a halt as long as the main character's off doing side content and not progressing the story. It looks like you're having a whale of a time down here. Alongside all the golems. Yeah, there he is. I think around here as well, last time I did this is where I found a shiny Magikarp. Not an alpha, obviously, just a normal one. Where are you going now? Oh my goodness, Spheal, I can't believe you rolled all the way down here. You got... again, frickin' teleported. You escorted Spheal all this way, right? Thank you so much. Please, meet back at the summer camp. I'll thank you properly there.
Swoop.
Another thing it feels, it just sort of reminds me of the start of movie 7. We just had like that whole stampede of like Walreins and Spheals. Just giving that one kid like PTSD and a fear of Pokemon. I wonder if this a similar sort of thing happened to Komodo. I suppose it would make some sense. Also, can you please stop targeting me? I want to go back to the top. I want to go back and complete this and finish the story. Please. Well, I mean, I also quite like the music here. It really just sort of fits the dark tone. Here's a thanks for everything you've done. Sticky Glop and rare candy. You're gonna be more careful now, won't you, Spheal? And he's already gone. Spheal. Wee. Spheal. And Spheal was never heard from again. He rolled all the way to the ocean, even though we're like miles away from the ocean. Alright, finally time for me to put some stuff in the box. Like this moonstone. And this grit rock. Do we actually have any pebbles? No, we don't have any pebbles. Max Revive. I don't think we're going to use that, in all honesty. Doppel bonnets. I do quite like the artwork of all these. When consumed, it makes it easy to feel nimble and agile as a fleeting shadow used to create auxiliary evasions. Good to know. Alright. Rolling all the way out to the top of the mountain again. You know what? I probably should have brought some more Pokeballs. Okay, in we go. In we go. Yeah, I will admit, I was expecting there to be a lot more, stuff between the actual forging of the red chain and the endgame here. Also wanted to check what exactly is on this wall here. Can we interact with it? I saw for a minute we could. Oh. Okay, I guess it was just, Sneasler. I suppose even here, with all these, hieroglyphics, there are still some mysteries left to this game. Oh. Very cinematic. Alright. I think we've done all we need to do here. Let's finally bring this to a close. We made good time in it as well, I'd say. We have to interact with everyone. It's time to use the red chain. Let's see what it can do. Hold on a sec. My head. Something's talking inside my head. You hold the red chain. Try to catch me then, human. Adamant, what are you saying? What do you mean, catch you? Almighty Sinnoh? I think Almighty Sinnoh just spoke to me. And through me. It's telling me... You hold the red chain. Try to catch me then, human, for the fight to come. Take these. Some Ultra Balls for our troubles, obviously. Welcome to the fight, Norm. It's time for us to fight Dialga here at the end of all things. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be a primal, however. Oh. Literally, the pillars of heaven are shaking. As here it comes. Here's where the production value all came in, and... I will admit the coloration of this definitely reminds me of, mutated Lusamine from Ultra... Not Ultra, just Sun and Moon. Ah yes, the power of the red chain. Oh, it all fell apart. That's no good. Alright, I guess we're gonna be fighting it normally. And of course I'm starting off with Sound Rot. Seems only the most appropriate. Level 65. Just realized I don't even have any Pokeballs. Gigaton Ball will surely work fine. I think a normal Ceaseless Edge should bring it down good enough. I think that could be problematic, though. Is that all you got? You're supposed to be this god of time, and yet you can't even... Oh, that's more like it. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. That'll, see me to rest. Yeah, I think I can just go for an Aqua Tail since it's not very effective. That's good. And, Gigaton Ball? I'm guessing if we fail to catch it, we'll just have to catch it again. I'm guessing that's how it goes. I'm guessing here the catch rate is basically similar to how it is in Diamond and Pearl normally, where it's like, it has the same catch rate as Chatot, even though it's supposed to be like a god. Sorry, just as I'm listening a little bit to the battle theme. It is a theme that I am also a bit nostalgic for. I really like the piano in it. Then again, I like the piano in a lot of Diamond Pearls. There we go. In a Gigaton Ball. Fitting because it's a steel type. I suppose Great Ball would also have worked as well. Anyway, we got Dialga. I'm guessing it's not a modest nature, but we'll make do. He caught it! The red chain is shattered, but we owe the Pokemon of the lakes our thanks for getting us this far. Oh, well done, Stend, my boy. Masterfully handled. I was watching the whole thing as you battled and caught your way of to a simply stunning victory. You truly are the pride of the Survey Corps. I could just kiss you if it wasn't so effing disgusting. Looks like I taught him well. Akari, you didn't do anything. Wait, it's happening again. I can hear my almighty Sentinel. Oh, it's called Dialga. Mighty Dialga speaking to me in my mind. Space-time is torn. Awful power spills forth. The frenzied one comes to fight. Now, human, fight it with me. You're telling me there's another one? But the red chain smashed to bits. No way even Stent could handle another Pokemon as strong as that one. That last one now. Our cruisers can't propel firepower of that magnitude. I mean, I have Dialga in my pocket now. We should be fine. We should be fine just tearing this whole dimension of reality asunder like in movie 10. Here he comes. Look at him. Not suggestive looking at all. Good old Palkia. Just eyeing him up hungrily. I got Dialga, man. We can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Just trust me. All of you, we must vacate this. Forget the fancy talk. Boca, come on. We're gonna make it back to the summer camp while we still can. We need to leave before this other almighty Sinnoh decides it wants to fight us. But, Commander, we can't just leave it here. You dunce! You won't be of any use to anybody if you die up here on the mountain. You just turned into Mario. What are you waiting for? I'm telling you, we gotta get going, Luigi. Such dreadful power. It's certainly beyond our current capabilities to survey such a creature. I'm amazed you even managed to stand on your feet before its dent. And did you not notice the energy pouring out of the rift? It seems likely that a build-up of this same energy is what caused the strange lightning that threw the noble Pokemon into their frenzied states. I can't believe there really were two Almighty Sinnohs after all. I guess that means neither of our clans was really wrong, huh? I must apologize from the bottom of my heart for both of you as fellow leaders. You saw the truth that I could not. You never abandoned your trust instead. And to you, I acted on ill-considered presumptions and drove you from the Galaxy Expedition team, forcing you to face great hardship alone. Yeah, I almost died out there. And despite all that, you still strove to save all of Hisui. That's what heroes do. Well, it's not like we could just sit back and ignore the space-time rift. And we understood, Commander, that you had the reasons to act as you did. Commander, might I suggest we return to the matter of hand? We still have things in quite a state of at their temple. That's the stuff, Mr. Professor. You rather face what's in front of us rather than dwell in the past, huh? Just what I expect from a real scientist. A dependable attitude indeed. Yes, let's move on. No need to speak on any further about my rash actions, not to mention my loss of composure. It seems having studied around has been a good influence on all. Yeah, thank goodness you were here, huh? We'd have had no chance of getting through this disaster without you. We're still not through it. How is he to keep fighting? The red chain is shattered. Relax, I got a plan, thanks to what mighty Dialga told me. Dialga? The Pokemon that spoke to you? Yeah, along with its name, it also told me what we need. Chaos Emeralds. The Stone of Creation's beginning. The Chain of Red. The Vessel of Humankind's Intervention. Unite these three, and calm the chaos now pervading space. And finally, Mighty Dialga said it wants to go with us back to the temple. Well, the red chain we have, at least. Pieces anyway, I did collect them. Somehow in all the chaos. And the Vessel of Humankind's Intervention, I dare say that might refer to a Pokeball. It's gotta be it, but what about this Stone at the Creation's beginning part? Leon might have some idea. He's knowledgeable about stones and minerals. He even goes digging for ore sometimes. Is that so, then? Warden Leon will be a fine resource to consult. And what are your thoughts, Professor Lamington? Do you have any idea what this stone could be? It could be any other sort of mythical material gobbledygook. Oh, but upon my word, perhaps I do. Stent, my boy, could you lend me those plates you received from Wardier and the others? The ones that Volo said had messages engraved on them? Yep. Here. I'm still missing a few, but I'm sure we can piece it together. Just as I remembered, here on the back of the Earth plate it says, when the universe was created, the shards became this plate. I think this may be the hint of what we need. How do you mean? Don't you see, we must search for stone, or rather ore, I suppose, that shares the same materials, properties, as these plates. In fact, I believe that young Leon might know just where to find such a thing, as he said he's been investigating it at Volo's urging. Now you mention it, that Volo fellow's come around the Diamond Settlement asking about those plates before, too. It seemed like a lead worth following. Yeah, not worth questioning in the slightest. It's decided then. Thus, our search for the Stone of Creation's beginning. Though the name sounds rather a mouthful, wouldn't you say? I propose we call it Original. Feel it may need a little bit of workshopping there, Professor. Irida, may we ask your clan's aid once more? Of course, I'll call Leon to the summit camp at once. I expected as long as anyone could reasonably expect. My invitation never came. Yeah, there's a reason for that. So I decided to honor you with an unsolicited visit. Be glad and rejoice. Now, Adamant, I see all these other louts with their little tasks to be getting on with. What of the great Melly? Where's my role in all this? Here's a bucket of water. Stick your head in it. I'm your leader, Melly. Show us try to respect, would you? Fine, whatever. Just hurry up and give me a job, great leader Adamant, and make it a good one. You want a job? Fine. Your job is to support the others. All the other wardens are busy looking for their nobles and keeping the people of our clans from panicking. Take the hint. Read the room. Oh, Adamant. Oh, you silly, foolish boy. Don't you understand anything? Everyone has work they're suited to and work they are not. And before I forget, it seems you weren't entirely useless at all, Galaxy Team Grunt. Bold words to say for something in punching distance. Well done, you. Take this reward for your adorable efforts, just as a way of encouraging the little people. And you're all so little compared to me. You really are hammering it home, aren't you? Candy truffles. We're going to die out, you know. I brought Lee in. If that ugly hat suits you as poorly as this important role does, I don't like this at all. I should be the one consulted for my wisdom. Your sweets, ores, and stones are a precious resource. Since I was the first to realize that fact, it's only natural that I should be the first consulted. If you have a problem with it, perhaps you'd like to take it out with Cleavor in battle. With that bumbling ball of yours. Excuse me, that bumbling ball is more than capable of zapping both you and that ugly bug of yours all the way back to your stupidly oversized tree. Shall we prove it to you now? Melly, give it a rest and play nice for the Pro Clan folks the ones, would you? Bigger things are at stake here. But Adamant! Everyone back home was all worked up about the fact that you were spoken to by Almighty Sinnoh, or Mighty Dialga or whatever. This is the Diamond Clan's day. Be proud. Warden Leon, if you would. Certainly. Now let us set out at once and make for the primeval grotto. Well, I suppose since we're here, we may as well swap out the teammates, since we can now get Dialga on the team. Where is Dialga? Oh, he's right here. Let's see what nature Dialga has. What do we have to work with today? He is mild nature. Actually, you know what? Whilst obviously defense is weirdly Dialga's one of his better stats, that works. We can do this. We can make this work. We have the technology. Probably best not to take Gardevoir off the team though, so sorry Bonze. You're great to have in battle and all, but we need someone who can, you know. Level 65 though, wow. Well, I suppose since we're here, where are those candy truffles? Where are those candy truffles? I know they're around here somewhere. I can smell them. Here we are. Here's what I think of your candy truffles, Melee. Yes, I've seen you've caught one whole Pokemon. One whole Pokemon, wow. Yep, and we completed all the stuff we needed to for Gallade, weirdly enough. Then again, I suppose it did use a whole bunch of attacks in our fight. And it's Dialga, who we've actually gotten some pretty good progress on, though obviously 40 strong spell moves, 40... yeah. One thing I've noticed about a lot of these dex entries for the later Pokemon is that they take a lot of time. Very time consuming compared to the early game ones, which I suppose makes sense, but at the same time, a little annoying, at least to me. Alright, seems to be a good enough team formation. Let's go off to the Primeval Grotto. Again, making pretty good time, I must say. We might actually be able to wrap up the whole main story here and finally be onto the post-game. That'll be nice. Okay, I'm guessing Primeval Grotto is right here, right beside the big Alpha Nose Pass. Don't try anything, you. I got something special lined up for you if that's the case. Moving slowly, no sudden movements. No sudden movements, and... Damn it. Alright, you asked for it. You and your big nose. Oh, and the Bronzong's joined the party as well. That's perfect. I will say, I've never actually really given Probopass really the time of day, I will admit. It's just never really a Pokemon that I paid all that much attention to, which is kind of weird considering Nosepass. Which admittedly, even back in the day, was one of those Pokemon which I didn't really spend that much attention on. More just sort of... To me, Nosepass was always that annoying Pokemon which Roxanne had. Which completely walled my Torchic / Combustion. Okay, so it was Gigatons. It should be fine just throwing this. Well, that Bronzong's probably gonna get annoying real quick. There we go. There we go. Got Probopass. You know what? Since... Wait, Bronzong gets Hex? Since when? What is this sorcery you're throwing upon me, game? That's what I thought. Caught Probopass. And we got a whole bunch of candies to make up for it. We'll give this to George. And give the rest of these to Dialga, which obviously we're going to be putting on special attack. In fact, I should probably just use all of these on all the grit dust I have in Dialga before we really set off. What's in the shit? Oh. Oh, look at this. Look at this. It's weird. It feels like you would find the fossil Pokemon in here, but you can only really find them through space-time rifts, I believe. So, obviously, Bastiodon and Cranidos. Definitely a fun little tidbit there, I will say. Still, though, oh. Look at this very obvious glowing ore here. What a curious cave. I feel some extraordinary power here, as if the world itself was created in this very place. What do you think, Leon? Taking into consideration my knowledge of ores, my skill at mining, and the strength of my Sligoo's moves, I got no flipping idea. I mean, I think you better leave any extraction work up to us, wouldn't you say? I mean, obviously. You came here with the tools. Oh, these clowns. I completely forgot about these clowns. That's how forgettable they've been throughout the whole game. We're gonna have to ask you to stop right there. Real case of oh, come on. Who's there? We don't have any time to waste with... What, Clover? I haven't seen you since you walked out of the clan. Where have you been all this time? I don't have to tell you nothing. Look, you can carry on digging that treasure after, and then you'll give it to us. Or we could just or you could just walk out of here with that pickaxe buried in your head. I don't know why you even look surprised. It's not as though your heart is all to follow. What we seek here may be as precious travelers. This isn't about how valuable it is. We needed to restore this awful sky to normal. That earnest, good-for-nothing two-shoes active rose is exactly what made me leave the Pearl Clan in the first place. Enough. I don't care what any of you ran off to play bandit, but I won't let you get in Leon's way. There are 3 of you and 3 of us. Let's go. Instead, you take charm. Alright. Time to go beat up your Gengar again. I'll bring good luck to my sister wherever I go, and ill luck to anyone who crosses our paths. Hey, Fiddle, it's been a while. We were just about to beat up an old lady. Especially in this, the battle of a lifetime. Still trotting around with only 2, huh? Still like the fact she has a ride on. Just seems so thematically accurate for Agatha. Also nice that it has a 4 times weakness to water. I have no idea why Rhydon is a rock type. Like, if it was normal, if it was just like straight up ground, I feel as though I don't think it'd be quite as good in terms of how Gen 1 plays out, but I feel it would benefit. It would probably benefit. Yep. Rhydon. I should have known that one would show up at some point, along with Sork. There's a lot of unfortunate Pokemon names in this game. Also, Gengar, yeah. Yeah. Well, that was the charm battle. About what I'd expect at this point of the game. It's just... It's so easy after a point to just get super, super powerful. Well, you are rather formidable. I don't think there's any battle in this game at this point that I could potentially struggle with. I mean, I say that. Come on, Clover. Why not come back to the Diamond Clan? Times are changing. We're changing. We really use someone as strong as you are. Are you joking? I'm no interest in leaving back in that place with all its stupid rules. Look, we'll let you keep your treasure this time, but you better do something about that sky. You're as strong as ever, Stent. Perhaps you could really do something about that monstrous creature that's at the top of the mountain. But even if you do, the next time we meet, you won't escape without a beating. Remember that. I don't know, I haven't lost you once at this point. Okay, bye. Hey, no need for that in the comments. It's fine, it's fine. Just... I've heard them all. Slugma, Gulpin, Rhydon, Sork. Just... when you got all the unfortunate names. Honestly, those 3, what did they even come here for? Oh well, I'll leave up everyone's Pokemon. Nice. All these healing items I now have. The coin I remember, never hesitate to help someone in need, even if she groused as she did so. Perhaps they may have been worried about us, perhaps even wanting to help. And they should have just said so. What a pain they are, hiding behind all that attitude. Alright, fine, let's finally dig up all this, what looks like a ultraviolet view of a sneeze on the wall. I was able to extract some of that origin orb, whatever you want to call it. So I better go to you, Stan. Yeah, I think we only need a little bit. Obtain a piece of origin ore. An ore set of mysterious power spoken of ancient myths is said to contain the power of Almighty Sinnoh itself, imbued with red crystals. That was surprisingly easy. Now you simply fail to recognize my skill. You ought to be praising my hard work, honestly. I knew we could count on you, Leah. No wonder Cleo will recognize you as a worthy warden. Let's hurry back to Mr. Professor and show him what we got. That Lavender's got sound judgment, plus knowledge to spare, despite his silly streak. And hopefully we can resolve this before I need to go and get some more water. Though, given the time, I think we may end up having to leave this on a cliffhanger. Favorite Pokemon? That's been something which I've admittedly been questioning myself for the longest time. As I know at the very least what my favorite starter is, but in terms of actual favorite Pokemon, it's It's like there's a bunch that I like, but I've never really managed to decide on a specific one which I can say definitively is my favorite. It's just like a whole bunch of them that I really like God of War, Lopunny, of course to start with those ones, Blaziken, basically all of the Eevee line, or at least the ones from Gens 1 to 2. It's kind of a shame, really. Favorite Pokemon is Eevee? Yeah, I can respect that. Eevee's sort of been my personal favorite starter for the longest time, just due to the sheer versatility. Okay. Alright. So this is the Stone of Origin Creation's beginning. The Original. Yes, you can certainly feel an imposing aura emanating from it. Could this be the feeling of the very origin itself? Is that what Chaos Control is? I mean to ask since you brought that up, but the origin of what exactly? The origin of everything by the sound of it. Exactly, my girl. Now then, back we go to Jubilife Village. Yeah, just constantly wasting time here. We got a world to save. Here you are, Professor Lamington. What remains of the red chain, broken as it may be? Splendid! Even in pieces, I think we'll find it's still perfectly fit for purpose. We're jolly lucky you had the foresight to pick up all these broken pieces back at the temple. Even though nobody saw you do it. Your turn, Stet. Now comes the Stone of Creation's beginning. Ah, it's still hot. This is really warm. Where's it been? The fragments of the red chain collected at the personal risk by the Pearl Clan. And then the Stone of Creation's beginning, which we learned of thanks to the Diamond Clan. And now it's time for the Galaxy team to play its part and turn these items into a proper vessel. Akari, my girl, you're one of our team's greatest craftspeople. Could I ask you to do the honors? This is my true battlefield stand, even though it may be safe indoors. This may take some time. Perhaps the rest of you would best wait outside where we work. Oh. He's getting another message from the... Come on, Mr. Professor. Really hurry it up in there. You can't rush art! I'm starting to suspect all your prattling on about the value of time is a cover for your own impatience. That's more like it. If sitting back and waiting to actually solve things, I'd sit forever. Because that'll be using time well, unlike this. Ugh. We've done it, Stent! It's complete! I dub it the Origin Ball. If the message conveyed to our good clan leader can be believed, then this should allow you to catch the Pokemon that has appeared at the Temple of Sinnoh. It looks like a rock. I do like the fact that it actually sort of looks like the Cherish Ball, just from its coloration. These Pokeballs of yours are full of wonders. To think the fate of Hisui could rest in something so tiny. To think the lives of so many people could rest on such a little thing. Boromir! It's interesting how catching a Pokemon one of these things brings the two of you closer together. Definitely not reading anything into that. Whoa, hold on, is that voice? I hear it in my head again. You mean Dialga? Yeah. Seems like Mighty Dialga's willing to lend us its strength to this fight. That's what it's telling me. I mean, it's in my party, so I'd assume so. It hasn't ripped apart all the time to get out of, the Gigaton Ball I put it in. It's certainly excellent news. Diamond Clan's almighty Sinnoh, or perhaps I should say Dialga, is fearsomely powerful. Everything's ready now, Stent. Take the Origin Ball and hurry back up to the Temple of Sinnoh together with Dialga. Yes, sir, but given the time, it's gonna have to wait till next time, where finally we bring this whole saga to a close. But until then, I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.